Welcome back everybody, it's Chris here from Friendly Frenzy Games, and today I'm going to be walking you through solving all of the puzzles in Santa's Workshop, one of the extra escape rooms in Escape Simulator. If you're picking up what we're putting down with this video, be sure to subscribe to Friendly Frenzy Games for many more guides for Escape Simulator just like this one. So as you can see at the start of this room, we're in Santa's Workshop here. We've got quite a few things, lots of vibrant colors and some cool Christmas music. What we need to do to start setting up this room and to be able to kind of solve our final puzzle is first open this quality assurance tube. So you can see here that there's basically a star lock on the side with 4 kind of positions here. We're going to just solve that by walking straight ahead and using the telescope. The closer you get to the window, you can see that there's a star constellation up in the left quadrant here. We need to basically position the telescope at that constellation so that we can get, well, I'll show you. So you can see actually with these stars here that they have little trails here, and it's the trails and the star positions that we're looking to recreate in that lock. So we have kind of 1.5 here. You want to just keep positioning this telescope obviously until you can get them all kind of in focus. You can see that we have 4 here, but I want to just move it over a little bit more so we get a little clearer picture. So this is good enough. So you can see with our first star here that we have basically its trail coming out of the northwest position, our second star coming out of a southwest position, and then our third and fourth star coming out of the south. So we can turn around and put this into the lock here and just kind of recreate that. So we set northwest position for the trail. We set a southwest position for the trail on the second star, and then 2 south positions for the trail here. With that unlocked now, obviously we have access to the door. We can open this now, and the lights have turned green. With that, we can start on the first actual puzzle in the room. And it's pretty cool. You go over here to the mailbox and hit the Get Letters button, and we get our first note, and this sets up our first puzzle. So in reading through this, it mentions that we are going to be putting together basically a train for Robin here. We need a steam train that can carry wood, coal, and people. And then the second set of instructions here is just going to tell us the order of which each of the cars go in. So we can first start by making sure that we have the right cars. If you look around the room, you can see that there's quite a few available to us already without even looking. We have 4 on the middle section here. We have 1 on the floor, 1 on the shelf, 1 on the top shelf. So obviously we know that the first step in this puzzle is just making sure that we have the right cars. I can tell you that this one is not the one to start. We don't need any of these up in the shelving here. We do know we need that wood wagon. We don't need the barrel one. We don't need the one with like the gasoline or propane or whatever it is. To actually get the steam locomotive, it's just in this green drawer here with the heart on it. And we know obviously with the locomotive it's going to be the front of the train, so we can go ahead and already just plug that into the first track here. Where we're going to get one of our other cars is just the bottom right desk of this drawer. We're going to get our coal wagon. And then in this red drawer beside that one is going to be our person car. So now that we have our cars, what we need to do is put it into the proper order. So again, the wood wagon can't be behind the coal wagon. The people wagon can't be next to the coal. So starting with our steam engine, we know that the people car would come next, followed by the wood car, and then followed by the coal car at the end of the train. And basically once we do that, what it does is magnetize the cars together and gives us a complete toy train set. And we can spin around and just drop this into the chute as it's now a completed toy. Close the door, we can pull the switch, and you can see that the elevator basically sucks it up to the top of the tube here. And it's going to reset and turn our first light green. So this just means that we have 3 toys to complete. We've already completed our first one, so we're good to go. We're going to open this just so we're ready for our next puzzle and drop our old clue off, and then hit the Get Letters button again to start our next puzzle. So open this up after inspecting it, and you'll see with this one we basically have a fake link here, but the Santa's note on the bottom says that there's no internet, but they did leave us a URL decoding manual. To solve this puzzle, obviously we can see that there are 2 desk drawers that are locked electronically. The wires kind of run into some switches in behind the cupboards here. To solve the left drawer, we have a postcard on our left, and to solve the right drawer, we have a postcard on our right. And as you can see, it might seem a little familiar to you. It's because the colors and the shapes coincide directly with the cupboards that are ahead of us. And how we get the order of them is literally just by taking the symbol that's on the top of the tree is going to represent the top row of drawers. So we have a blue circle. We have a blue circle on the top set of drawers, so we can pull that out. We have next in the middle, we have a red star and a green heart, so we can pull red star and green heart out of the middle. And then on our bottom, we have a yellow square, a blue circle, and a red star. So yellow square, blue circle, and red star. And you can see that this light turns green, and we've opened our left top drawer. So we have our URL decoder now. We can go ahead and pull our node up and use the URL decoder on top. And this is going to give us our toy material and a toy type. So you can see the toy material is X04, and obviously the toy type is 5W2. We can turn around and look at this paper note that's posted on the wall. If you remember, the toy material was 04 here for plush, and the toy type was 5W2 for bear. If you look at the toy maker, we don't actually have the ability to input those codes on this grid, so we know it's not a toy that we can make, which makes sense if you actually just look to the top of this shelving unit. You see a pink bear here that's actually made out of plush. So this is the clue, or the key at least, that these puzzles are referring to. You can see obviously it's a little worse for wear. It's got some stitching issues here in its head and in its stomach and its arm. In our right drawer is going to actually unlock some thread for us to be able to make some repairs. So we can go ahead and reset this puzzle by closing these drawers. We'll solve for the right top drawer here just by putting our green heart in along the top set of drawers here. We have a red star and our yellow square. And then along the bottom we have our yellow square, we have a green heart, and we have our blue circle. And now our top right drawer is open. So we've unlocked the needle and thread conveniently chill in there. Drop the needle and thread on top of the stitching for the teddy bear, and you can see that it fixes him right up and adds a bow to it. Turn around and drop him in the chute, close the door, and pull the switch, and we are all good with this one here. I'm just going to empty these clues, and we can grab our next letter. And you can see now that our handle has fallen here. That just means we're not going to be getting any more letters, so we know that we're on essentially our last puzzle here. So what we get by reading this letter here is that Sally really wants a pony here. And that is important because, again, where everything is kind of happening in this room, you can see that we have a rocking pony blueprint, we have a rocking unicorn blueprint, and a rocking elephant blueprint. Obviously, with Sally wanting a pony, we're going to grab the pony blueprint. And we can turn around and head to the toy maker now, because this does have inputs that we can put on the grid. So as you can see here, by inputting our number combinations here, we're going to be making some different pieces of this pony, and it's ultimately going to put it all together for us. So by putting in A4 as our first number, we're going to be making the head. So we can just line this up. A4 is obviously this top corner button here. B2 is going to make us our saddle, so B2, hit that button. We can hit C3 for our rockers, our rocker pieces here, so C3 is here, and then D4 and D3 for our front and back legs. So D3 is here, D4 is here. We can pull this switch. And just like that, it has made our rocking horse or rocking pony for Sally. Just going to open the door so that we can drop this inside, give it a quick close, and pull the lever, and it'll get rid of that. Chuck these guys. And now what this is going to do, now that we have our third green light lit up, as you can see, it sent us down a framed blueprint of a key. So very closely mimicking what we just did to make the rocking horse or rocking pony. We need to make this key now in the toy maker. So by following the new set of inputs, we want to put in A1 for the first bit of the key. Now we have B3 for the center part of the key, so B3. And we have C2 and C4 to make the last bit of the key. We don't need anything for D in this one. Pull this switch here. And as you can see, it's made our key. Turn around and plug it in the door. And just like that, we've successfully completed Santa's Workshop Escape Room and Escape Simulator. If this video helped you at all, be sure to let us know how and where. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching the puzzles get solved and understanding a little bit more about the logic behind these puzzles. For more guides just like this one, subscribe to Friendly Frenzy Games for more tips and tricks.